Dry bones, time to live again. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome. You're welcome to another episode of the Live Again series, and I'm super excited tonight. It's always a joy to reach out to strong women and hear from them on how they were able to, go through life challenges to become who they are today. I see Ethan Biz one. I see Dobie Promise. I see my sweet pod. I see Halia. Hello. Hi, Ajibola. It's been a while. I guess it's Happy New Year. It's been a while. I'm trying to play music for us, but I'm not sure why I can't hear the music. So the music is playing, but I can't hear the music on my end. Hi, Ajibola. Hi, my sweet pod. So this is the Live Again series. It's basically a series that features comeback stories of women who have gone through life challenges, difficult situations, pain, and they are currently living again. How they were able to pull through. Just basically them discussing the practical steps that they took to be able to live again, and just various things on how to deal with pain, some tips on resilience. A lot is happening right now in the country and people are going through a lot. Some people are managing it well, some are not. Some are hiding it and packaging it like everything is fine, while they're actually dying on the inside. And the real essence of living again is to ensure that you're not just shining on the outside while you're dying on the inside. You're shining on the outside and you're shining on the inside. Your inside is healthy, your outside is healthy. So when your inside is correct, it's just the outside will just adjust. That's really what living again is about, right? And we're having an outreach coming up very soon for women to be able to help them live again in different aspects of life. So if you're here, then you're in for a wonderful time. Wonderful time. Sit back and please share this live. Click the three dots beside the comment and share this live with someone who you feel will benefit. In case you're wondering, who is this? If you just see me for the first time and you're like, I've been following up, but I don't even know, is this a real face? This is me. My name is Enifome, aka Enifome Speaks. I'm the founder of the Live Again movement, a movement I founded to help broken, abused, and distressed women live again. Okay? I can see my guest is here, so I don't even want to keep her waiting at all. Let me just... I cannot wait. I'm excited. Dreams, take a breath in. Since my music does not want to play, let me be singing the song for you. It's time to live again. It's time to live again. Since I've sent you a request, though, drink from the living water, taste of the living breath. So as I was saying, I'm the founder of the Live Again movement, a movement I founded to help broken, abused, and distressed women live again purposefully and profitably. And it really just came out of my own personal experiences. I went through pain, I went through abuse, I went through difficulty of different kinds, right? But I was able to leverage my pain to be able to live again. And that's why I'm helping other women live again today, the one and only. Hey, do they know? They don't know.
They don't.
Oh my
They don't.
goodness. I'm super
They
excited to
don't.
see your face again. Just like I'm like face to face. How are you
Oh,
doing, sis?
fine.
All right.
Sorry, I
Good
need
evening,
to
everyone.
plug my phone, so I'll just switch
Okay,
off.
that's fine. Good evening, everyone from Precious Clan. My name is Enifome. I'm the founder of the Live Again movement, and I'm having this Live Again series with Precious. I want to be able to understand how she deals with pain, how she bounces back from adversity, and how she's able to really pull through difficult situations in her life. If you're just here wondering, okay, what is this Live Again series about? That is what it's about, right? We help women live again. There's a way to truly live and not merely exist. And that is what this is about, right? I founded the Live Again movement to really help women because many women are shining on the inside, on the outside, and dying on the inside. And what Live Again is supposed to do is supposed to help you truly live and not merely exist. And we have an outreach coming up, which is for women. It's on holistic well-being to help women live again. We're going to be doing a lot, but it's basically spiritual, emotional, physical, financial, and mental. So if you're someone who you really want to live again this year, or you feel like, oh, before now you've been going through different things, and you really want this year to be different, you want to drop the weight, you want to be able to live again, you want to learn how to leverage life's challenges and bounce back better and stronger, then you need to register for the Live Again outreach. Okay, my guest is back, so let's go straight to business. Oh, I'm excited. You have to wear your goggles.
All right. It's
Come
very
on.
important.
I love it. So what we're doing here is very simple. I sent you some of the things I wanted us to achieve today, right? When people see people like us showing up, especially powerfully, they just tend to assume that we have everything, like maybe they're like 3 chefs, 1 cleaner, everybody's just they're like, oh, I need food, okay, I need oh, okay. And they tend to think that we are always, maybe a lot of times, in high spirits, or we have everything together. That's why we're showing up, and that's not usually the case. In fact, sometimes we go through challenges right before we show up. In fact, we go through challenges that can even stop us from showing up, but we're like, you know what, we'll keep going because we're driven by something higher, right? And so I really want us to talk about this because there are a lot of women that are going through stuff. I mean, before I even talk about this, I just realized that I've not even introduced you. Error. Please, calm down. Let me go back. Rewind. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is a stellar woman. She's the one and only Precious. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Let me know. Any Ayekon.
Yeah, you tried.
Yeah.
You tried.
I tried. Yeah. So, and she is a digital creator. She's a marketing and PR expert. She is somebody who is very passionate about humanity, right? She's a tech woman, very tech savvy. She's a dress, as in, oh God, Precious knows how to grace. Precious knows fashion. She's a showstopper anytime, any day. She's also a public servant, right? And she is the founder of Reveal Consult, the Stellar Initiative, the Stellar Academy, the Tempo Network, and Revenue Company. And if I ask her, I'm sure she's building something else, but Instagram bio did not reach out.
I'm building on my own.
Instagram bio will not reach in talk. But she's a bundle of talents, and she's always seeking to help people. She's always looking for how to make people better. In fact, she's a like mind, and that's the reason why I thought about it and said, you know what, let me bring her to the Live Again series, because I know she has things to share that will bless you. All right, so the first question I want to ask you today is, what does the term live again mean to you? What does it mean when you hear live again? What does it mean?
So for me, live again, when you say you want to live again, at first you have to first die, right? For for something to live, it has to die first, because that again means that it was probably once dead, or you've lived before, then you died and you want to live again. So for me, the term is just literal meaning, because sometimes when you see people doing stuff, there was a time in their life when they literally, maybe not literally died, but there was a time when things were dead, in quotes, and they just manage that situation, and now you see everything rosy about them, you see a lot of things happening to them, and it just came from that place of death where they said, you know what, at this point I give up, I can no longer continue. So that's, in simple terms, it means that you want to be rebirthed, like you want to rebirth yourself. That's what it means to me.
Wow, I'm not even surprised as a brand expert. I'm not even surprised, because that is really what it is. It's you were once, let's say you had a dream, right? And you were really working on that dream, and then something happened, and then the next thing you're like, I'm not doing it again. and
Like,
then you packed it up. But you're like, you know what? I want to dream again. I want to
yeah.
believe again. I want to try again. I
Mm,
want to live again. I'm not dead. I'm still alive. So why
yeah.
should I? It's not lost for me,
Yeah.
And then you go back to that thing that
Yeah.
wanted to kill you,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
leverage it. Hiya. And then you make it better. You just literally take the lemons that life has thrown at
And
you, and
just
you
you,
just say, you know what?
yeah. Yeah.
Lemonade for the win. Shield lemonade.
To be honest. And
And that's what, yeah.
for you to get to that point, you just literally have to die. Like, something has to give. You can't, it's like when the Bible says um you for a seed has to go into the ground,
Except a corn of
you
it
know.
is
Yeah,
falls to the
fall to the
ground
ground,
and
it
dies. It
abideth
abides
alone. Yeah.
alone.
So you literally have to die for you to live, because if everything is rosy, if everything goes smoothly, you don't need God for anything. You don't need help. You are self-sufficient. But for most people that have bettered something of significance, there's just that phase in their life where things were going to die, where they had to bury some things. So yeah, that's what it means.
For anybody that has gone through or that has to be
Yeah.
significant, there is something. When you see people manifesting, doing this one,
Yeah.
launching this one,
Yeah.
launching that one, organizing a program. I mean, even to organize a program, you have
Mm.
to die.
Yeah,
Like,
you
there are
have
things it
to.
will
It's
take
not
from
cheap.
you. There are
It's
things it
not
will take
cheap.
from you. You have to be
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like the angle that you came through, because it's like you were part of the Live Again movement when we started, because that's what we say in the Live Again movement, and that
Mm.
scripture is our anchor scripture for Live Again
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah.
Except a corn of
It
it falls to the ground and dies,
abideth alone.
it abides
Yeah.
alone. So that thing you're so afraid that I beg, I don't want anybody to, I don't want to lose this thing. That's the
Mm.
one thing that you actually need to release, because what is coming after you release that thing
Mm.
is much more than
Yes,
that one that you're
praise.
holding on
So
to. And I
somebody
think it
is
also
saying
speaks to,
even
yeah,
Jesus
go ahead.
had to die to live again. Like,
Exactly.
it's just a it's a what do they call this? It's a principle. You can't, and that's
Hmm.
why people just go from a 0 to 100 when they are in that season of pain. Pain is a propeller. It's that secret ingredient that helps you, just takes you from 0 to 100. But let me not get ahead of myself. We are
No, no, no,
coming
it's
there.
fine. I'm the one listening. No, I have plenty questions for you.
We
So,
are
and I
coming
like
there.
the way it has
Yeah.
started. So it just shows that today is gonna be. I wrote on my page that tonight's gonna be a good
I know.
night. I know it's gonna be a good night, because
I know.
you're somebody that has depth, and I'm not expecting anything less. You mentioned something now about pain being a propeller, and I wrote something on my page recently. I said, use pain and don't let pain use you.
Mhm. Mhm.
there is
Yeah.
a there is Pain can be a gift, but it can also be a
Yeah.
curse. It can be
Yeah.
that thing that grounds
Yeah.
you, and it can be that thing that
Yeah.
propels you, but the choice is actually yours to make.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
decide, I want to leverage this pain to become a better person, like I wrote on my status on my page, or a bitter
Mm.
person. And whichever one you choose, you will reap the fruits of your choice, literally. So others will be moving. You'll be like, they don't know what I'm going through. They don't know what I'm going through. You are holding on
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
your pain.
Yeah. Yeah. And that pain is not just peculiar to you. A lot of people are going through it. So yeah.
I was telling someone before this life that pain is such a unifier.
Mm.
There's no human being in this life
Yeah.
that can say, I've not been through
Yeah.
pain. There's a
Yeah.
way. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no. Even a
Yeah.
baby that cries. Why is baby crying? Why is
Yeah. Yeah.
baby crying? There's some pain somewhere. They cut the cord and they're like, hey, what is this? Or this is pain. So everybody
Mm.
goes through pain. And there's a question on pain, but I'll leave it till we get to that point. So have you ever been knocked down by life? And what practical steps did you take to begin to live again or to bounce back from that?
Well, like you said, there's nobody that has not been knocked down by life. And for me, I've countless times at different phases of my life. I was still telling a friend today that, see, and it just looks like, for example, and this is practical example, and this is me being vulnerable. I have a wedding tomorrow, and I was telling my friend, so she just jokingly said, you go, just they go wedding, when is your wedding? I didn't get offended because obviously this person is my friend and that's how we banks. You know, she is married. And for it might not sound like much, but that's a pain point in my life, right? So for every time, every phase that there is, life is constantly looking for ways to knock you down. Like it's constantly. And the fight is not physical fight, it is in your mind, you know. So when these things happen, the first thing I do is embrace the pain. I don't The mistake most of us like the response most of us get or want to give is, no, I'm not going to accept this pain. So they're like, oh, especially Christians, I see them saying,
Denial.
oh, they start denial. They don't want to accept it. For example, imagine my friend asks me today and say, oh, when is your wedding? Then I say, no, Jesus has it covered, you know, I'm strong, I don't need a man, you know. So they just get on the defensive.
All men are
But
scum.
all men has come and I'm okay all by myself, you know, that response. But the truth of the matter is, the first thing to always do is acknowledge that this thing hurts.
Very important.
This thing hurts. That's why people don't, when they are supposed to deal with pain, they don't deal with it because they are in denial. So it lingers, you know, you carry it through your life. You do not know. You carry it. You even get married, you start getting suspicious and saying, you know, this one, the pain you are supposed to deal with that you didn't deal with and you didn't accept is still following you into your future. You know, so one of the things I do is I accept. I'm like, this thing hurts. God, it hurts. I carry myself back to God. I'm a Christian. Sorry to those that are not. I don't know how you guys are surviving. But I carry it to God and I say, you know what? This thing hurts. I tell my friend, that conversation went for hours and I was telling her that, see, me, I'm tired of doing independent woman. Oh, you know, myself, I want someone to spoil me.
Hey, you're my frequency this year.
You know, someone to spoil me and the rest of it. But
Yeah.
that was me accepting. And she said, oh, you know what, don't think about it. What happened this year? And we forgot about it. If not for this conversation, I honestly do not remember that we had that conversation. You know, so I accept it. Then for me, how I deal with it personally, I shut down. And when I mean I shut down, I mean from work, I go back to things that make me feel in my safe space. I love movies a lot. I love to watch movies. Trust me, I love Nigerian movies because that's one of the things I want to do later in life. You know, so I love movies. So when I'm hurting, I go to where I find the most comfort. And that's my mom. That's movies. That's my Bible. That's place of prayer. Because you can't give from an empty cup.
Cup.
You are hurting and you are carrying yourself and saying, no shaking, nothing they happen.
Yeah.
No, nothing they happen. Mere mount.
Something they happen. No.
You are
Something they happen.
hurting inside. So you cannot give what you do not have. So when I accept the pain, I go and seek healing from my comfort zone, from where I find the most comfort. And that's me trying to heal myself. If I cannot, I go to God, you know. But the practical things, I know people say, you pray. There are some times when you pray, right?
Sometimes
You don't
feel like
even
praying.
feel like praying. But one thing that I learned 5 years ago from my pastor and that has helped me is, he says, if you are in a situation you do not understand, for example, a breakup is a situation I don't understand. Like, why would you be breaking up with me? For example, he says, when you're in a situation you don't understand, you speak in a language you do not understand. So one of the things that has helped me is when I'm in that space where I don't get what is happening. Like in 2022 going into 2023, I went bankrupt. Like, I had done bad investment. I lost a lot of money. And that was 2023 was going to be my 30th birthday. So I had plans. I'm going to scatter everywhere. I lost so much money. And that principle, it was hard, but I took it. I started praying in the spirit for days. Guess what? 2023 was my best year ever.
Wow.
I entered my birthday. It was so bad that on my 30th birthday, One of my friends was like, Precious, you don't have money. And this birthday, you must do it. If not, you are going to regret not doing your 30th birthday. I'm like, so what am I going to do? She was like, call your close friends, tell them you want to celebrate your 30th birthday, take them to a restaurant, but tell them they have to pay for their food. I'm like, God forbid, I can't do that. Which kind of shameful? I'm inviting you to my birthday party and I'm asking you to pay. And she was like, because if you don't celebrate your 30th, you regret not celebrating it. It's going to happen just once. Guess what? We drew up a list of 30 people, and my friends are fantastic people. They were like, no problem. I'll even pay for somebody else. Everybody started to rally around me. In that birthday, I had 60 people. It was double, and every single person paid for their food. Everybody. That was not all. My friends were like, apparently, two of my friends had already planned that, oh, they would do fundraising for me. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. And in the middle of the party, one of them got up and said, in this place, so nobody loves Precious more than me. I'm like, what's going on? So everybody was shocked. They didn't plan it. And the guy was like, oh, to show you that I love Precious more than everybody, I'm going to drop 500,000 naira. The second person that he planned with, that one said, oh, my love Precious, so I'm dropping 300,000 naira. That's how fundraising started. And I entered the year with millions of naira because I had nothing. And apart from that, that was the year I got nominated for future awards with the Victor Osimhen, Hilda Bassi, and co. When Victor Osimhen was playing yesterday, I'm like, I can't even believe that.
I'm telling
I was
you.
nominated in the same category
Alongside,
with this
yeah.
person. That was the I got different things. I got awards, I got clients, I got to do personal branding for top clients that paid me so much money. And I said that to say that sometimes when you are about to get into a season of your life, you need to slow down, but you are not slowing down. Life will slow you down. Life will try to get your attention. God will try to get your attention. And I was prayerful that season. I was very conscious. My mental health was top notch because I was being careful. I was in my safe space. I was rejecting negativity, something that naturally you just accept. Someone will just say something bad, but because there's money in your account, you're like, you know what? I was just being in that space. And it was a new season for me, but I had to die first. That it was tough. Like, it was really tough. And that 2023 covered like years of hard work that I have done. Hard work that I was pushing. That was the year I did boy code. We had 20 boys. We gave out 20 brand new laptops. Like, we had the governors elect. We had a lot of people come on to say, I want to be a part of this. And I'm like, where have these people been all my life? Why is it this year? It's just how, for you to get to a season, there has to be a catalyst. It can be in anything. It can be in anything. So what I do is, when I get to my place of comfort, I rest for a bit. I retreat so that I can refire. Because for you to get energy, you have to move backwards, see the big picture. That's why people say it's easy to change Nigeria from outside Nigeria. So if you are in that space of pain, you need to step out of the pain, retreat, and see it with another eye. See it
Yeah,
from the
observe. Be
outside.
an observer.
Yeah, see it from the outside and say, you know what, this pain, I've gone through worse, like,
Exactly.
trust me. Then you now start to recount all the pain that you've been through, all the things that God has brought you through. So what I do, from my place of comfort, I also, go back, retreat, gather strength, and come back and fight. I don't, trust me, no pain goes undefeated in my life. Like, none, not one. There are lots of it, lots of times, apart from work, relationship, family, like, no single one. Trust me, I defeat it to the letter T, because I take time out to invest in myself. Because for me to fight, I have to be fit to fight. So, and that is where my strength, I go back to gather strength. When I gather strength, trust me, I'm coming back for you. That's how it works.
Hey, Opa, 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 hey, Opa, hey, Opa. Oh my goodness. Please, if you're listening, what is that one thing that has struck you? Because there's so many things. I love to learn. I've already written a lot of things because this world, there are a lot of people that are shallow, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. Especially if somebody looks at someone and sees the person looking fine, looking all glam, a number of times, if there are like 10 women, I don't want to be wrong in my statistic, but maybe like 6 are shallow. Let me just be fair. Shallow. Their self-esteem, everything about them comes from the things that they
have, they own.
The things that they own, the things that they have, their status, Mrs. Something, CEO of this one, founder of whatever, girlfriend of. It's just really about the famzine and the shenanigans there's really no depth, and such a person, regardless of how successful they look, they are actually merely existing. They're not living. You know the funny thing about not living, you would think you are living.
You are living, but you're not.
In fact, in your mind, you'll be like, I've arrived. Like you said, comfort. But you have to take a step back. I like when you said retreat to refire. I like when you said fit to fight, because not be everybody sabi fight. I like when you said the fight is not physical at all. It is very much internal. It's very, very much. People are posting what they are learning. Osato says you have to be fit to fight. Ipre says we are learning. Positive mindset is very important. I'm glad that you're learning. Please share this video. Click the 3 dots and share for someone who needs to hear this, because a lot is still coming. I like when you said when you are in a situation you don't understand, you speak a language you don't understand. You know, there was a time when life knocked me down, and I'm sure you may have seen, you obviously know my story. I was abused. And at the time when I was abused, in fact, the peak of the abuse, I was at the peak of my career. So I was managing over 30 people. I had what looked like, hey, God, when? You understand? Like, I had a driver at my disposal. I had, manager of a big firm.
Wow.
But I used to lock my office, because, of course, manager, you have your own office. So I would lock my office and I would cry. And when I finish crying, I would clean my eye and just say, strong woman, nothing there. And I would keep going. But I was dying. I was literally drying up. My mom saw me and was like, what is going on? You are drying. But I refused to tell her I was being abused, because I didn't want her to have, she had high blood pressure. And she was already, and it was because of me she was even developing it, because she said she would be in the house and she'll feel like I'm in danger. I'll be like, me, I'm not in danger. Because in my mind, I'm like, let's go cope now. But it was really, really bad. And it got to a point when the whole thing, I lost everything. And like you said, it will get to a point where life will now humble you to get your attention. I lost everything. I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
Like, there was a time when I went to go and MC, I did not have clothes. When I teach people, I say, what do you have in your hand? I had only MCing in my hand. That's the only thing I had. I used to MC part-time, but I took it up full-time. Wow. I did not have clothes. I lost everything down to clothes. Wow. Like, the clothes I wanted to wear, I had to give pay a fashion designer to design the clothes. But after that clothes, I did not have what to wear for the next event. She was the one that gave me bag and said, I just wanted to give you this bag of clothes. I'm not even joking.
Wow.
Like, I lost everything. And there was something that happened to me in that period. I was praying one day, and I just heard myself saying, Enifo may arise. Enifo may arise. I was calling Enifo out of Enifo. Wow. It was so powerful. And I was praying in the Holy Ghost that period when I started saying Enifo may. It sounded crazy. How can you be praying? Your name is Enifo may. You're saying Enifo may arise. But I was praying in the Holy Ghost, and I kept saying, Enifo may arise, Enifo may arise. I was calling Enifo may out of Enifo. Because when you die, the old you is what will die. There is a new you in every season of your life that needs to come out. But many times, we keep putting new wine into old wine skins. And wondering
sometimes we die with the old self. Like, we die, like, we just give up and we just die.
Like, so I can relate to everything you said when you don't understand, because I never thought I was going to go through what I
Yeah.
went through. I never thought. I just thought when you're beautiful, when you have God, when you're intelligent, when you're hardworking, life will just be doing like this. Everything will just be
It's
going. I
not
did
that
not know
easy.
that.
Oh. Do you have BBL? Do you have BBL? No, you don't.
Please don't crack me up. So it was a shock to me that I was going through what I went through. I thought I had everything figured out. And that was the point where I knew I had to die, because all the things I thought I had figured out, none of them worked out. Lo and
Yeah.
behold, I was just a mere mortal. And I needed to really just say, God, I surrender all to you. And that was how I began to live again. So I can relate to everything that you said. Let me go to the next question. Why is it important to live again? Why? Because some people feel like, and this is the truth, it's easier to exist than to live.
Yeah. Living is hard, to be
It's
honest.
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because every day you make choices. In short, let me say it the way it is: you die daily.
Daily. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah. Living
not
is hard.
mince words.
Yeah.
So why is it important? Because people just feel like it's my life, YOLO. You only live once, please, it's only one life. I beg, let me enjoy myself. Let me farm if I have to farm. Let me go and take picture with someone's house, with someone's
Yeah.
car,
Yeah.
with, let me live fake life. Let me just exist for the gram, for validation, for approval. Meanwhile, you feel so
Yeah.
empty. Like, you go back home feeling like, nothing is happening to you. So why is it important? What is the real cocoa? Why is it important to live again? What's at stake? If a person doesn't truly live and chooses to merely exist, what's at stake and why is it
So
important?
the sole importance of living, and that's the thing when God says, when people say, when they call you a human being or a human being, you are being, like you are living. They don't stop there, they call you a living thing. It's very, very, very prophetic and strategic. Like, you cannot just exist. The importance is, people are depending on you whether you like it or not. For example, you are any Nifome, right? You help widows get their life back.
Yeah, women generally.
Women get their life back. I am precious. I help boys, I help children from the slum, become better people. Imagine I was somewhere, maybe in Dubai or in Paraguay or in Trinidad and Tobago, just enjoying my life, living for myself, me, myself, and I, my family. What then happens to those lives that has been attached to your life? What happens to those women that have been attached to your life? The decisions you decided to make up to this point is because of those people. You could have been somewhere. This life would not have happened. I'll probably not have met you. Those women will
Exactly.
have nowhere to stay. They'll probably be roaming the streets. God
Mm.
would legit raise stones and replace you.
Mm.
And apart from that, at the end of your life, you will see that when everything is taken away from you, you are empty. You have nothing to give. I wrote something on my post yesterday, and I said the only way to live forever is to invest in people. And you cannot invest in people when you are not living. You cannot give what you do not have. You can only invest in people based off of the things you have to give, your life, your resources. And most of the time, people say, oh, all you people that are doing NGO work, first of all, we don't give our money, we give our life.
Mm.
Like,
You
we
can
don't
say that
we
again.
don't give our money, we give our life, because this is the lives of people in our care. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I think one of my boys is here. 2 days ago, there's one particular boy we've been looking for. I've not heard from him. Where is Ahmad? Oh, no, his number was not going. I don't know his parents' house and all of that. And the boy sent a message 2 days ago and was like, he has been very sick, and that's why he's just coming online. I'm like, send me your mother's number. Guess what I did in the night? I went to start praying. God, nothing must happen to these boys. Nothing must happen to them. So, but if you are not aware, of your assignment, if you are not aware of the grace you carry, if you are not aware of what you are supposed to do, which stems from you intentionally living, because I can exist and just say, you know what, today I'm not even going to do any live video. I want to go and make my hair. I want to enjoy myself. It is the choices. This is how I intend to live, right? I'm going to accept this call because it can bless somebody. That's a decision I chose to make, right? And that is me saying, you know what, this 1 hour of my time, I can use it to watch 1,000 series, but I am here, right? So that is me giving my life to say, you know what, these are the choices I will make and I will live with. I was telling my friend, I'm like, do you think marriage is my problem? It's definitely not my problem. But because the assignment is greater than me, I will not just marry anybody.
Yes.
So that's a decision I chose to make, and that stems from me actively participating in my own life. People are
Life,
not
yeah.
participating in their
In
lives.
their own
They are
life.
not. So you wake up today, they tell you, oh, this is how they draw eyebrow now.
You
Then
follow.
you start following. Tomorrow they say, oh no, it's
They
slim that is
changed it.
raining. You
You
start
follow
to lose
again.
weight. Later they say, oh no, it's thick thighs that is raining. You start to
Oh my
drink all those
goodness.
medicine
Oh
and
my
you start
goodness.
to add weight. Then they say, oh no, for the industry you are in, you have to do BBL. Then you
Oh,
jump and start doing it. That is even extreme. Even in churches, oh, this is what is raining now, you start to do it, because I tell people, and when I talk like this, they say, oh, pressures have started again. I feel like even the church has encouraged bad behavior, right? They are
that's true.
encouraging people from doing things that went in existence. We glorify materialism, we glorify these things, and we expect that people will not do it. That's by the way. But when you start to participate in your own life, you start to make decisions like somebody that is living. It might not be acceptable to everybody. It might
Yes.
be the norm. It might not be sensible. And it's not supposed to be sensible, because God uses the foolish things of this world to confound
To
the wise.
confound the
It
wise.
doesn't have to be
Hey.
sensible. But for you to participate in your life, and that is where the work is, and that's why people are not.
Run away. They don't want to
It's
do the work
work. It's
because it's a
work.
lot.
It's work. For example, this year, I entered this year saying, you know what? Now, I'm not going to take any speaking engagement till April.
I lost you for a bit. Was someone
Now,
trying to call you?
can you hear me now?
Yes, I
So
can hear you.
I'm saying this is not the cliche. Can you hear me? Is it my
Yes, I
network? I
can
need
hear
to be
you.
sure you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. So for people to participate in, that's the work they are running away from. Is it my network?
It's not your network. My mom is trying to call me, so I'm busy in her call.
Oh, okay. So people are shying away from that, because I would rather follow the crowd than stand alone. First, it's not dignifying. Secondly, it's not
It's
people don't
very lonely.
celebrate
It's
it.
very lonely.
It's
So people want to farms.
lonely.
They
It's
want to farms.
lonely
Yeah.
because obviously I had some group of friends I was going with one time, and I love these people, and that's me. When I make friends, I go all out for my friends. And one day they were drinking and all of that, and somebody looked at me and said, "Ah, Precious, this is your boring life. We cannot cope." Because I refuse to. There's nothing. I don't criticize people that do that, but that's my decision. If I can right, so the benefit is you need to understand that you are not living for yourself. I cannot exist on my own. We are coexisting. So if I am following the crowd, I'm doing a disservice to the one that created me. I'm calling him a very stupid person. I'm calling him a confused person. I'm calling him a very useless person, because obviously God is not confused. We are the ones that are confused. So the benefit is saying, you know what? I'm going to intentionally partake in my life. I'm going to intentionally, live my life, even if it's going to be tough. It's going to require me to work, because if we notice things that are for our good, they are difficult things.
Ah.
Discipline is
Hmm.
waking up early is hard. Eating healthy is hard. Fit farm is hard. What else? What else? What else? Reading is hard.
Studying your Bible is
Studying
hard.
is hard. Praying is difficult.
Praying is hard.
Those are the things that would help.
Being
So
a
for you
person
to
of integrity is
I know
hard.
it's hard. Honest, especially when you now have money. That's why you see people that didn't have money before, now have money, they change. They didn't change. They've always been that
In
person.
that way,
You
pressure
know?
reveals content.
Yes,
Yeah.
so it is hard, but the benefits are enormous. You become content with your first thing you have is peace. Like
Ooh.
there's nothing that anybody I tell people, I say, see, you can't pressure me. You can't pressure me. Now, if I decide to say, oh, my friends are having parties, they are bringing their big cars, and I enter Uber, I will go to even if it's Dangote that is doing the party, I will use my Uber. You cannot put me under pressure.
You know what? I
Because
need to pause you here. I need to make people understand who you really are. Precious is the kind of person that she does not even have that car, and she gets to that party. You will look at her and think she has like 10 cars she parked outside. You will look at her and you will be wanting to be like her. You will be like, wow, because there's a way she carries herself. And I need to stay here. Please don't lose your thoughts. Identity is so important. You need to know who you are.
yeah.
You cannot, like she said, they drew eyebrow today, you don't join them. The next day again, they say that BBL, you join them. The next day again, they say you are existing. They're not living. Because you're not the one that determines you're not the one that is in control. You
Yeah.
are literally like the weather. Anywhere Belle face, that's what you're doing. You're not existing. And I like our last guest that was at the last Live Again series just joined. She mentioned something to when she came on the Live Again series. She said it takes audacity to be yourself.
It's a lot of confidence. You have to be audacious. You have to be. And the thing is, even with your weakness, you have to still carry it. Like you have to rock yourself, to be honest. I feel like I'm one person that some people don't like, because especially in some circles, they feel like, oh, that pressure, she's always doing too much.
Who
She's
does she
always
think
this, she's
she
always.
is?
And the fact is, when you know that for you to get to a certain place, for you to be you cannot be a copy of somebody else. You cannot afford to be a copy of somebody else. We all have weaknesses. We all have strengths. One of the things I do, and that has helped me, is I extend grace to myself. See, I have so many things I'm doing. I'm in the tech space, I'm in the fashion space, I'm in the social impact space. In
Social
fact, those
impact
three
space.
spaces alone is enough for anybody to, because fashion, and those three things are things that you cannot do by the side. You have to be
Yes.
actively involved.
Yes.
So sometimes when I fall short on different things, maybe my family, my relationship, I extend grace to myself. I cannot copy and say, oh, you know what, let me just please these people, go out on Friday night and start dancing. That is not who I am. And it's not to say, oh, we should embrace our weakness and carry it like loaf of bread and say, oh, this is how I am. No,
This is how I am.
this
When
is
how you
you
are is
saying
not good, change
it's
it.
not good. Yeah. You know
No
what?
pride
So
in it.
it takes audacity to be yourself and to live with it. A lot of people are a copy, and that's why when you see, not especially, even men and women these days, they are not looking alike. It's not looking like everybody's looking the same in Lagos, because the shape, when you go outside, the shape is the same.
Honestly.
And it's not just women that drive it,
Precious.
even men. Now, everybody, earrings and dreads and
My
cornrows. So
sister.
it now looks like,
Hey.
Abe is now looking like Biodun. Tokpa is now looking like Bosse. Everybody in Lagos is looking the same. We are now looking like China people. Everybody, the same body structure, But if you are saying this is it, I'm not going to I'm not going to be like these people, I'm not like, I'm busy. I'm sorry, but I'm busy. Before I think of, okay, let me conform, right? I have 1001 things I can use my time
Time
for,
safe.
so this is me saying I'm actively participating in my life. And once you do that, you can help, like, people's lives are attached to you. It might look like, oh, I'm not doing much, it's just movies I'm doing. But do you know how many people will watch that movie? Maybe people that are depressed, and they see your authenticity in the movie, and they're like, oh my God, this person just encouraged me. Or it might be music, it might just be this life, it might be your MCing, and people will be like, and I have this MC dream, or should I just pursue it because this lady is pursuing it? But imagine you abandoned your MC this thing and say, it's not even bringing money, let me start doing content creation. And you now say, oh, I'm now an influencer. And meanwhile, you're supposed to help your fellow MCs that are just coming up, maybe all those girls that just finished secondary school or uni, or all those women. So when people see that this life is more than myself, I feel like that's where people will intentionally sit up and say, you know what? And the truth is, if you don't do this thing, God will raise stones to do it. There's no
Yes.
God. God has plans. Like, one lady was saying, there's no one man for one woman, right? He has boys. God has
Yeah.
boys. God
Size
has
41
girls.
shoe can size any size
Yeah,
41 person.
like, God
So
has boys. He gather, he get men. So if you are there just saying, you know what, I can't even stress myself, I'm not going to. But I don't have anything against Japa. I don't have nothing against it. In fact, most of my friends, I saw one of my friends here, she's in the UK. I love her so much. She even sent me money. So I'm happy. Let them go and be sending me pounds and dollars. But you will be doing yourself a disservice if you are not meant to be there.
yeah.
You sell everything, you sell your property, you abandon your work, you abandon your vision, and you sell everything and you go there. You will labor in another man's field for years without
Mm,
results. So
mm.
the pressure is, most of my friends are gone. One of my friends, 20 years friendship, the guy woke up and left with his wife and his children and said he's UK. No problem, good. But I have not heard that it's time for me to go
Exactly.
until I hear it. I'm not going to move. And those are the little things that make you say, you know what, the head may crumble,
Yeah.
but I was telling not my sister, my friend also today. Sorry, the conversation was long. And I told her, I said, if I look back and I don't see anybody, I don't see my mom, I don't see my sister, I don't see any, the only thing I would do is look forward, see God, carry my vision on my head, and I'll start hawking it. Because that's just how it is. So it just takes audacity to be yourself, to live, to partake in your own life. And the benefit is that people that you are meant to see on your journey, people that you are meant to help on your journey, people that you are meant to help, to build on your journey, they will benefit from it. But imagine you are confused. A confused person cannot even lead. you know God is the head, we are the neck. But imagine the neck is not sturdy, like the neck is not staying one place. It will just be moving upside down. And that's how your life will be. You wake up, you are 40, there's nothing else apart from your job, apart from your car, apart from your husband, apart from your children. And you're like 80 years old and you are just full of regrets because you're like, where has time gone to? So that's just how it is.
Oh my goodness. There's just, I just feel like if you're listening to us, you might need to watch this live again. You might need to share it with your friends because people are going through stuff and it's not written on the face, right? As our faces are different, so is our pain
Yeah.
different. But everybody is just for me, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. The people that you think are fine, some of them are not fine. So share this live because I'm learning so much. I'm getting so much. Some things are being confirmed and reconfirmed. And I just like this atmosphere. I really just like it. You said something and I thought about it. There was a day when I started living again, I had emceed one of the guests came, and obviously when you're emceeing, for someone like me, I have a very warm
Yeah.
personality, so I'm always relating to the guests, to the audience. I mean, I remember how we met, so we're speakers in an event.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. I'm always trying to, I am like that. So I was talking to her and she said something to me. She said, your story does not have to be conventional. And that thing hit me because I've always been unconventional. So when you say, people say they don't like you are doing too much, I can relate. I'm that one person that I even used to now say, calm down now. So I don't say I'm doing too much. Until I now realize that to whom much is given,
much is expected, though.
It's not my fault that you just said now that you're into fashion, you're in tech, you're in social impact, you're in this. Me, I mean, social impact, entertainment, religion, education, tech, like name it. I'm even a kids Bible tutor. Many people know that I teach children. I teach children the Bible.
Wow.
How many do I want to put on my? That's what I tell as you know, you just mentioned now that you want to go into film. The truth is this, as you begin to live again, you keep multiplying.
True that.
Because that's the principle. Except a corn of wheat falls to the ground and dies.
Yeah.
Now, I want to mention something that the Holy Spirit puts in my heart to say when you were speaking. And it is, you have to be okay with being alone. And let me explain it. Oh, it's not good for man to be alone. I understand. You need people.
Yeah.
But it's not every time those people will be there. For example, now if I ask you, are you in your house alone? You can tell me, yes, I'm in my house alone. You have to love yourself enough, like you said, to go, for you to go into yourself, spend time with yourself, look into yourself, and be intentional with yourself. You have to like yourself enough to say, okay, it's okay for me to be alone. If I like being alone, then God can now attach people to you that will help you. But you need to, first of all, be okay with being alone. The seed in the ground is alone. Trust me, if you interview that seed and ask the seed, how does it feel to be in the ground, in this dark ground? I'm sure there are termites. There is whatever there trying
it's
to
exposed.
just attack.
Yeah.
There is darkness there. The seed cannot see. So there's a lot. But when you are in that moment of being alone, and I did not say solid, I did not say isolation. Because sometimes when life is happening to you, there is this tendency to say, let me just go and isolate. No. Because that's where the devil will come and sow tares and sow the wrong seed and tell you like you're not good enough, you're a failure, nobody likes you, nobody will marry you, nobody wants to do business with you, your business will fail, don't even bother, and all those things. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind of being alone that Jesus Christ will disconnect from the world and just go.
He went to the wilderness to pray, and he had
himself.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the reason why you're ending up with the wrong people is that you don't like yourself. You don't even love. You cannot look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, babe, you're a strong woman. You've been through a lot, but look at you. Like you said, extending grace to yourself. You can only extend grace to yourself if you love yourself. You cannot extend grace to yourself if you don't love yourself now. So I just have to write that you have to be okay with being alone. There will be some times in your life where you need to be alone. Don't hate it to the point where anything, you don't mind, even just like you said, just going out to a party that you don't want to go to, just because you cannot stand your own company. There's so much inside of you. In fact, the Bible said that the kingdom of God is within you. That's where everything is. It's not outside. It's when you align with your inside, your outside begins to align. Your friendships, your relationships, your kind of clients, your business. Everything aligns. And you mentioned something else. You said people are connected to you. And what I want to say here, I want to stay here for someone is around trauma. And there's a reason I'm saying that. So when I went through abuse, one of the reasons why I was shocked was because I felt I'm okay. Where is this coming from? I don't have any baggage. I don't have anything. I'm okay. I'm okay. I did not realize that when my mother was going through pain, she did not deal with the pain very well. She did not
pass it on.
Yeah, so she transferred it to me, and I didn't know. So people are connected to you. Let me say this. When you're merely existing, those connected to you will struggle to live. Because if it was difficult for you to live, imagine how difficult it would be for them to live. Some of us are working so hard because our parents did not, I will not say did not work so hard, but I'll say they did not truly live. They didn't live for
Mm. Yeah.
It's the truth. So if you're listening to me and then you're thinking, oh, it's my life, I can live my life the way I want, just know this: whatever you're doing is forming a liability or an asset for those coming ahead
True
of
that.
you. You are an ancestor in the making.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not that
Somebody's
you're not perfect.
ancestor. Oh.
Yes, so my ancestors, you
Yes.
yourself, you are an
Somebody's
ancestor in
ancestor now.
progress.
Yeah. 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 True.
So I just had to say that for someone that is listening to us. And the last thing I got from your what you were saying is your why. Why? Ask the question, why am I doing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Why should I go out? Why am I starting this business? Why do I do? Just ask why. Why will help you pause? Why will help you go
Yeah.
in? So that you don't be a person that just does things for the sake of that is what is merely existing. But when you can connect your why, you will see that
True.
you begin to truly live. Thank you so much for sharing that. And the next question, which is just following what I just said now about pain and transfer, is how do you handle pain? How do you handle pain? Because you mentioned some things. It's okay. I pray, I speak in tongues, I worship, I read my Bible. When you go through pain and the pain is very, very painful, like I'm sure you can relate. But how do you, when you go through pain, how do you handle it? How do you handle it? Especially in the moment. How do you handle it? Somebody can learn something from you.
So for me, I handle it.
I handle.
I handle pain by handling it. And like
Hey!
I said, it's still first accepting that this event is painful. Right. I cry because
Very important.
crying is therapeutic,
Therapy.
you know, especially
Absolutely.
for men on this call. No, I can't, I will not. It's therapeutic. It helps you release the pain. I cry. I will not say when I want. I cry. I'm a crybaby. I cry. Another thing that has helped me is my circle. Get people that genuinely love you. See, I cannot overemphasize this thing. Get people that, yes, so I say this thing to myself that I'm the love of my life, to be honest. I love myself. Like, I love myself. But in a case where that love is not enough, I go to my circle and I say, you know what, guys, it don't happen again.
I need
And my
love.
circle is small. I need. So something happened in Abuja. I had this messy breakup, like messy, so messy. Guess what? I tried all I knew how to do. And I called one of my friends. She's married. She was older. Then I was like 20 something. My best friend then was 40. Well, relocation spoiled our friendship again. But anyway, then Sophia was 40. And I called her. I'm like, Precious, why are you sounding like this? And when I say get people that love you genuinely, Sophia, I wasn't crying on the phone. I just picked my phone. And Sophia said, Precious, something is wrong. You don't sound good. And she took a cab. She came to my house. She called her husband. Her husband came from the office. They met me. Guess where they took me to? They were like, see, we are going to shop. Because they know. See, when God blesses you with people that love you, that know you, you would feel it. They know that even if Christ is coming tomorrow, there are two things I cannot say no to: ice cream and shopping. They were like, we are going to shop. And I say to is in the fact that these people pay attention enough to know that shopping was one of the things that could help. So when I see people that are doing surface level relationship, I'm like, guy, you cannot sustain this thing. Have friends that will call you to order. Have friends that will pour into you unashamed. Have friends. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Have
you.
friends that can speak life over you. They took me for shopping. Our husband was there. Our husband is, of course, if my best friend is 40, our husband will be like 45. So Mr. Nkem was just saying, that guy, get sense. Like he was trying to drag the guy in the mud. And that was how they housed me in their house for 2 weeks. And I got a hold of myself. And it still boils down to going into your comfort zone to retreat, to refuel, to repump. It's like when your car is out of diesel or fuel or gas, you have to go to the filling station. That's the comfort zone of the car. That's where it gets refueled. That's where it gets refilled. You go there because you can't face pain with weakness. You can't be saying, ah, this pain, I beg now, please
The pain will
now, I
just kill
beg.
you.
See, I beg now,
Hey.
beg. See, for example, let me use heartbreak as an example. Somebody breaks your heart, then you go to the person and say, ah, please now, please forgive me, you beg. Of course, we ladies, we beg. Once you do not hear
Please
begging,
love me.
carry
Please love me.
yourself. See, there's one principle my
If
mom
you
used
leave me,
to say,
I'll
don't,
die.
my mom will say something. My mom will say, don't cry in front of your enemies. Whatever it
Hey.
is, don't cry in front of your enemies. And that enemy can be anything. It can be bankruptcy, and the devil is there just saying, see, Shebi, you have lost all your money now. You have lost all your money. See, there is no point sitting down there and be having chit chats with your negative, with
Thoughts.
all those mindsets with the devil
Yeah.
and saying, oh, you know what? You will first go, I've lost 30 million naira. Let me cry first. When
Yes.
I cry, yes, I'll now cry all the cry I want to cry. I will now go shut down WhatsApp, whatever it is. First, watch one series first. When I'm now ready, trust me, I'm making that money back in tenfold. Because that is where ideas are formed on how to move on from the pain.
Yeah.
It is strength. Whatever it is, you need to always remember that I'm in this pain. I need to go to where I will find strength. It might be
Yeah.
your spouse, it might be your parents, it might be you. For me, like this, I have a system that works.
Mm.
I am a generator. I have a generator inside me like this. I have a coolant. If my head is hot, I will go inside myself, cool myself. That's why when you're talking about being comfortable in yourself, you can't love yourself to the point that, like, you can't really, if you are walking the self-love journey, you can't, like, people cannot take you for granted. You can't be
Yeah.
begging for love.
Yeah.
When people will say, oh, I'm loved at home,
Yeah.
like, this is home. This is home. I am loved
This
at
is
home.
home.
This is home. I'm loved at home. So I can't be begging for love. I can't be lobbying for your love, because what you lobby for, you lobby to sustain. So I
Mm.
can't lobby for your love. I can't beg for it. So this is home. So I go to my place of strength. I refuel. Then I'm strategizing. I'm thinking when I'm healthy enough. I am now thinking, okay, it don't happen now. What is the next way forward?
What
What's the
next?
way
Yeah.
forward? And that time, trust me, when you are in a place of rest, see, rest is a strategy. It is.
Yes.
It has always been a strategy for me. When you're in a place of rest, you think, oh, now the relationship is spoiled, wanting. I'm not thinking, oh, let me quickly go and cut my hair. All those motivational guys. You have to change yourself. You have to, do this thing. I'll now cut my hair. They'll say out 10 ways to get him back. I'm not interested in getting you back. If you have gone, talk to Jonathan. I'm not interested in that. you know. So 10 ways to make me miss you. I don't care about you, fam.
Mm.
Like, I want to heal. My home has to heal because I have an assignment. I can't be hurting and my boys are there and say, Miss Precious, what are we doing? And I'm like, you know what? I'm even confused. I don't even know. I don't, because as a leader, you have to always show up. You have to always show up. Your followers don't care if you are hurting. They don't care if you are broke. We need money for publicity. Money has to come out, because you cannot show weakness. Well, there's a thin line between vulnerability and showing weakness. But as a leader, you cannot. You have to always show up. So most times I just do that. Then use rest. I rest. I can't kill myself because at the
Ah,
end of the day, we
I
are still
can't die.
human.
We need the body to fulfill purpose.
Yeah, we are still human beings. We have emotions. It's painful. It hurts. Like, sometimes you feel pain to the point that you can feel it in your stomach. And I'll use this woman as an example. She has been a huge inspiration to me. We all knew about Funke Akindele's first marriage that went south.
Yes.
This
Yes.
woman used that pain and did this
Yes.
Ghetto movie. Ghetto movie was the first movie that broke that box office record then, right? So she did it, cast out everybody of Funke Akindele, Funke Akindele. Now, as second marriage went south, she did the lion of tribe of Judah, the
Tribe of Judah.
tribe called
A tribe
Judah.
called Judah.
And you see, and I watched that interview with Trude when she did Omogeto, and she was like, see, she channeled all that pain into see, there's a kind of pain that hits you. You start thinking of business idea. Trust me.
Wallahi.
You will think of business idea, and the idea is going to skyrocket. So once you understand that pain is gold, pain in itself is not bad.
Hey,
Pain in itself is not bad. That is just a
absolutely.
pointer that something is not right.
Wrong.
When you
Something is
understand,
right.
yeah, something is,
It's an
yeah.
indicator.
So when you carry that pain, you embrace it. My heart is broken. Go to your place of comfort. Now channel that pain, that energy. Channel it into whatever it is that you want to see succeed. Trust me, it's going to birth a new person. You'll be amazed at how much it's a propeller. Like it's a propeller. Normally, if your life is going smoothly, if I have money, I have a good relationship, you even call me for life. I'll say, I can't, my husband, I'm busy tonight. We have a date. I can't really, but singleness is part of my baggage that I'm carrying. I'm on this life because nobody's looking for me. It's the honest truth. I'm on this life because nobody's looking for me. From this life now, I've seen like 3 people follow me. When they follow me on Instagram, you don't know what can come out of that just following me. So all these things have ripple effect.
Exactly.
I can do boy code because I'm single. I can go to today, I can wake up and say, oh, I want to go and help 1,000 boys in Kogi State. Nobody is saying, oh, babe, we can't do that. They are kidnapping. So that is my life, So once we understand that pain in itself is not bad.
It's not
pain
bad.
in itself
It's what you do with it.
It's what you do with it. See, your life is 1% the events that happens to you, and 10%
how you respond,
and 90% of how you respond. Everybody feels pain, and sometimes pain can be foolish. You feel like, oh, it's only me that is going through it. Trust me, when you hear some people's own, when you even hear some people's own, you will carry your own to church, Shiloh, and go and do Thanksgiving. So some pain is not peculiar to you. It happens to the best of us. Even Dangote, the other day, I saw that he lost so million, billion. Do you if you lose 1 million, you will go and take sniper and go and drink? But somebody is losing billions. You might think that that billion is just 1/4 of his money. No, that's hard-earned money. So it happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. So once you take that pain and just channel it small, just channel, you'll be amazed at the results that you will produce. You will be super amazed at the results that you produce. Most of us that became, if you check online, you won't see anything about me prior to 2016, 2017. That was when my life changed. I wrote a post about it. I was the shyest. I can't even do live video. It's virtual. I can't speak. I felt like I could not speak English. I felt like I wasn't good enough, until something happened and I had to channel that pain. I told myself, I'm like, no, I can't continue like this. And that was from 2017 till date. Before this call, someone called me to say, Precious, you've been so consistent. And I was just laughing. I'm like, I have to be consistent. I have no backup. Because I have no backup. Like, zero backup. If anything happens today now, zero backup. No family name, no family trust fund, no nothing. So all those things that I've gone through, I cannot go back there. I posted a picture of I think a lot of people saw it, my throwback pictures. I can't go back there. My children can't go back there. The people that are coming behind me can never go back there. So it is the pain, the anger, the life, I don't know what
the discomfort,
the deprivation. I carried her and said, you know what? We win. Either we win or we win. That's my motto for this year. Either I win or I win. And it gets easier, to be honest. Things that used to hurt you before, once you have mastered it, once you have
Yeah.
mastered the process, right
Yeah.
now, I see people, somebody cannot break up with me now and I'll now sit down and be crying, hey, my life has ended, because I have mastered the process
Yeah.
of dealing with
You
my
followed the
pain.
process. You didn't put it aside.
I didn't
You
put it,
didn't deny it.
follow.
You
So
didn't say,
if,
"Oh no, I
yeah,
don't care. I don't just
yeah.
no."
So if the thing that happened in 2016 happens now, trust me, I'm going back to draw out that template. I have a template.
Yes.
There is a
Yes.
template. You can't just come from nowhere. There is a template, and it comes from dealing with whatever it is and accepting that this is it. You know what? So that's just how it has been for me, to be honest.
Oh
That's
my
how it has
goodness.
been.
When a human being is, I love when I see people that have fed their inside.
Mm.
When I meet people that have fed their inside, it shows. There's no need trying to make people see you as
Yeah.
a certain way.
Yeah.
Spend more time being the person that you are trying to make people see
Yeah.
you as.
Yeah.
And you will realize that when you appear, whatever you want
Yeah.
people to see appears. There's
Yeah.
no need spending so much time trying to make yourself
On the
look
outside, yeah.
a certain
Yeah.
way when you are an empty container. And I'm not saying this to diss anybody, because this particular Live Again series is to
Mm.
give you hope, but it's
Mm.
also to
Yeah.
push you to be tired. The Bible says, as soon as you are tired and restless, you, not me, not
Yeah.
Precious, it is you that will lift the yoke off your neck, not
Your
my neck,
neck, oh, God will not
not
do
Precious
for you
neck,
what He has given.
your neck.
Yeah.
People are not tired enough. They are not restless enough.
Mm.
And pain comes to make you restless. Pain
Yeah.
comes to show you that
Yeah.
you don't pass this
Something
level.
is off.
Something is
Yeah.
calling you
Yeah.
to deeper. It's a digger. I mean, I was writing a book, The Gift of Pain. The pain me say my hard drive crashed how many times, but I will still write that book, The Gift of Pain. One of the things I wrote in that book is that pain is a digger. It comes to dig out the
Yeah.
treasures out
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
And you know, you said something about pain that never felt pain that it's so painful. There was a day I was in so much pain, Precious. And let me say this to someone that is listening. I screamed. Sometimes the only thing you can do is scream. I
Scream.
screamed. When I say scream, I've never screamed like that in my life. I could not articulate the pain. I couldn't explain. I just screamed. And when I screamed, something did like a
Yeah.
crack sound. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a release in my spirit. I can't explain it. But since that day, it was like whenever I sing, I can go into high pitch. People
Yeah.
are start asking me, did you learn how to worship? Did you go to music school?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. So when people like don't sing or you can sing and you say, yes, anointing. Let me tell you something. Pain is connected to anointing.
True.
Someone that has been through pain can really worship God.
So because you mentioned Dunsin, let me now bust your bubble. You know the day Dunsin's wife died, my friend backs up for Dunsin in Abuja. The day his wife died, Dunsin went for rehearsals. That same day that his wife died. His wife had cancer. So my friend, when he got there, he was worshiping, he was wailing, but he made sure he showed up for the rehearsal. And I've known Dunsin since 2014. Everything that you see him do now came out. I can boldly say
from that
it
pain.
came out from that place. You cannot be faithful on your place of pain and expect that God will not show up for you. He lost his wife, went straight to rehearsal, worshipped like he has never, because of course he knew that it was rehearsal day. It's every Monday, so they used to fast and pray. Went straight there, and it now looks like we have not seen anything like Dunsin in our life. Like Dunsin is the first worship
A
minister
new
ever.
Dunsin was born. He began to live. He died to live
That's why.
again.
That's why when I said,
He
when you
died
say
to
live
live
again,
again. Dunsin
when I
died
said
to
live
live again.
again, you have to die before you can say, oh, I want to live again.
Yes.
So everything about Dunsin, check Victoria Renze, they have stories. Victoria said, some people don't know she was married before.
She was married,
She said,
and she
yes,
went through a serious
she was
abuse.
abused. So you cannot say, oh, oh, this pain, now my pain. People say, oh, my pain. You don't have any pain.
You don't have
Channel
a
that
pain.
pain, carry it, channel it into
Yes. Into
something.
something
For some
else.
people, poverty, they don't want to go back there. Some people is loss. Some people is grief. Some people is deprivation. Some people is health. Is health. Like, I know pastors that have been praying for people to conceive. They don't have a child. Like, that pain, they're like, you know what? It's with that anger, they're easy to pray for their members to have children.
Yeah.
So you need,
If something is really paining you, you will not
yeah,
want somebody else to
to
go
go
through that
through it.
pain.
So
That's just it.
I was telling somebody, I'm like, see, do you think if I want to have a house in Lekki today, I will not buy? Do you know how much I've spent on social impact just so that children will not go through what I went through?
My sister, they think people that are doing NGO, they are people that are doing NGO, like you said, it is our lives we are
No,
giving. We don't have anything else to give.
legit. Don't say people that are doing legit people
The
that are.
legit people that are doing NGO like us.
So
It's not even funny.
most
It's
people
not
don't.
even
It is
funny.
not our money; it's our life we are laying down to say, you know what, these people will not go through half of what I have gone through. You know.
Yes.
So for Johnson, that thing shook me. My friend was telling me that, do you know Precious Johnson is in rehearsal and his wife just died? I say it's a lie because I knew the woman from when he was still with Koza, when he was their choir master, you know. So Johnson has been there since. All of a sudden, some from 6, 5, 7 years, it now looks like Johnson, yeah, and it's not coming down anytime soon. Those people have paid, they've sacrificed themselves on the altar to say, you know what, come what may,
Oh
come
my
what
goodness.
may, I will
You are
keep
speaking my
going. Come
language.
what
Sacrifice themselves on
like
the altar. Ah,
may,
that's
I
the
will
word.
keep going. I
That's
will
the
keep
word.
going. I
That's
will
the
keep
word.
going.
That's
And
the death
like,
there.
yeah,
Sacrificing yourself on the altar.
you have to
Taking that pain, taking that mess, taking all the nonsense that life has thrown at you, taking it to the altar and say, Lord, I die. You know, I was talking about, for those people that are not joining us, we're talking about my abuse and what I went through in abuse. When I looked at my life, I said, this is not where I wanted to be. People saw me and said, you know, when you are holy, and people think that, is that holy girl now? She do like say she like God. Now she carry God for head pass. You now make a mistake. A very big
it
mistake
don't be for
that,
you.
do you
Yeah.
understand? So for me, I was like, no, we supposed to this kind of situation. Now maybe the aspire to perspire the
And
risk, you know, I don't suppose to this kind of situation.
sometimes it's our ego because you keep asking God, why me? Why not you? Like,
No, wrong
why not?
question.
Why? Yeah,
Wrong
why not
question. Don't ask
you?
why
Like,
me.
so should it
It's
be
a
your neighbor?
disempowering question.
My
Yeah.
point. Like, so sometimes when some things happen to us, I see people say, oh, I will not pray again. I will not do. But why not you?
Yeah, the
What?
one
No,
that will
like,
suffer now.
why not you? Sometimes things happen, and it's just, sometimes the pain is even to say pause. For example, if you're in a toxic relationship and the person says, I'm no longer interested. To you, it's painful, but that's a way of preserving you. So in itself, sometimes pain can be a preservative to say, you know what, I'm not letting you go into this thing. If
Yeah.
somebody is as a parent, I'm sure you have, of course, you have kids, and you're like, you
Yes.
know what, no more soda for you, no more Coca-Cola for you, and the child is there crying, oh, my mother has deprived me, my mother has deprived. But that is you protecting the child and saying, you know what, this is caffeinated drink, you're not going to take it, right? So sometimes pain is a preservative. It's saying, you know what, I'm redirecting you. This is not your lane. This is not
Yeah.
your lane. Move, move,
Yeah.
move, move. Go this way.
Mm.
For some of us that have found purpose, it is in a place of pain, loneliness,
Honestly.
abandonment,
Yes.
abuse,
Rejection.
rejection. I know of a
Maltreatment.
popular coach. I think it's Lara Yeku or something. I don't know how to pronounce her name. That was is he abused or raped like 7 times or so. One very for all. She has been in different marriages. I can't even remember. But
Lara
uh,
Kudaisi. She
uh,
always says this, whether how many
uh,
abortions, something divorce,
abortions. She
something
has had
heartbreak.
several abortions, several divorces or something, or heartbreak. She has been abused several times. She got married, was it last year or 2 years ago? And this woman literally came out of that, turned to a powerful content creator that people want to listen to because she has evidences. And that's what
That's it.
happens when you overcome your pain. You now have evidence to show. People don't listen
Yeah.
to ordinary
Yeah.
people. And that's why I listen to leaders that have scars. Show me your
Yeah.
scars. Don't come here and be telling me
Yeah. Don't come and tell
me.
me,
You know what?
a book,
Show
what
me,
you read in a
yeah.
book.
Show me your scars. Now she's married to one. The wedding, I watched it and I'm like, wow. I think she's in her 40s, late 40s
Yeah.
or so. Then there's this woman that her husband died. She helps widows now. She's very big on social media. She lost her husband and she's a widow, young widow. I think
Sheung,
her husband died.
my friend,
Yeah,
Sheung Stephen, yeah.
Sheung Steven. Yeah, I think her husband died and because she was 3 months pregnant after the husband died or something. And she had like 2 children or one child to take care of before. She's big. So those are people that have conquered pain in one area, because obviously
Yeah.
life is not life is not
Yeah.
keep
Life will
coming.
always knock you
It
down
will
more
keep
than once. You just
coming.
have to
So
have, like you said, you already have. And I want
yeah,
to touch on this template thing that you mentioned. This template is very important. Look into your life, the things you've been through, the things you've conquered. There's a template there.
obviously.
Look into it. Stop trying to use precious templates for your own life.
Yeah,
The ones that are principles you can use. For example, you have to die to live again. That's a
yeah,
principle.
yeah,
For example, you need to look inside you to get. That's a principle. Those are principles. But say this is what Precious did, so I must do it.
yeah,
When you spoke about you going, your friend calling you and she said you're not okay, and then they took you to their house for 2 weeks. I feel like I need to tell somebody that even if you don't have a friend, because I can hear somebody saying, I don't have that kind of friend. I can hear it, like literally hear it, right? It's not about having a friend. It's about understanding that help is available. Now, this is
yeah,
the thing. Many times, people want to commit suicide is because they have this sense of helplessness and
yeah,
hopelessness. It's not true. It's a lie from the devil. You are not without help. You are not hopeless. As long as you believe that you're hopeless and you're without help, you will now begin to sink into isolation, which is a trick of the devil. For someone like me, the very first time I felt like committing suicide, it was in school. And you mentioned something here. You said pain is your, we are going through pain. That your pain is mentioned it. Now, people think that they try to grade pain. Your
it's
own pain is not as big as my
bigger
pain.
than
You don't know what I have been through. You don't know, and I always tell them, stop it. If a 5-year-old is complaining that her stomach hurts, it's no less than somebody who is 35-year-old. Pain is pain,
yeah,
right? When you see yourself going through pain, you need to understand. Someone is saying egg and yam. What's that? Please explain to us. Is it a code? What is egg and yam? So you need to understand that when you're going through pain, it is very valid.
yeah,
Don't try to invalidate the
yeah,
pain and say it's not pain, right? And understand that there are people around you that can help you. There is help. When this girl was crying in the Bible, Hagar, she was crying, hey,
yeah,
they pursued
yeah,
me from the house, oh, hey, there was a well. She did not see the well. Doesn't mean that there was no well.
yeah,
The problem is that
yeah,
her pain beclouded her
yeah.
sight. Her problem covered her vision.
Mm.
So she could not see that well. Or this was right there. The help is right
Yeah.
there. The problem is that you're not seeing the help. And when I was in school, I was feeling like committing suicide. What caused the problem? My sister, an extra year. Oh, that was my first recollection, as in my first, as I speak the English, my first recall of suicide. I felt like I was a failure. I'd failed my parents. I'd failed myself. I was having an extra year. How dare you? You are from an intelligent human being.
Yeah.
Sometimes the reason why you hug your pain is still in pride. It's still pride. And I have to hit this table. I have to
Yeah.
tell you,
Yeah.
you are proud.
Yeah.
You are still in that I zone. That I. How can I fail? How can
If not
I?
you,
Behold me.
give me that will fail.
Is it me?
Yeah.
So for me, I felt like a whole enifome, intelligent woman that
Yeah.
always likes to plan
Yeah.
her life.
Yeah.
Now you get this extra year, so you're made to go out and you will be here. And I started, and the devil now magnified the pain. I said, you're the only one. All your mates have gone. It's a lie.
Focusing on it, and what you focus on
Expand.
grows. Yeah.
When I went to write the exam, people writing the exam, I said, now you said, if you get, you come. Hey, you come. But by that time, I was already suicidal. But you know what I did? And I wanted to say it to someone because of what you said, that your friend took you shopping. You know what I did? I heard my neighbors gisting upstairs and they were making noise. And I stay alone. I used to stay alone in school. So when you are in pain, please avoid being alone. Please.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you are in that pain, you can be alone when you are healing or you
Yeah.
have healed
Yeah.
but
But
don't
at that
try
moment,
not to
yeah.
be alone when you're in pain, because that thing can get worse from there. You know what I did? You need to really have a friend in quotes. It could be your neighbor. You know what I did? I ran upstairs like my life depended on it. And I went to meet a girl. Her name is Anne. I said, Anne, say something to me, anything. Just say anything to me. She said, well, what's going on? I said, I feel like ending my life, and I don't even know. Because I heard it clearly. Why don't you just end it when I was alone?
Wow.
So I ran upstairs. Like I felt I was going to die. And she said, okay, when things like this happen. And then I stayed in that environment of the gisting. I soaked in the
Mm.
energy. I allowed myself get into the present moment of that atmosphere and the happiness there before I went back to my room. So I'm just saying that for someone who feels like our Precious has friends. They called her for party. They gave her 500K, 300K. They raised funds for her. Now
Yeah.
somebody even called her and took her shopping. Hey, wait. I don't have any friend that will
But
take me
but
shopping. Yours does not have to
but
be that.
be honest, you
Yeah.
need to build it. And most of us in this generation, if you've noticed, the world is trying to isolate us indirectly.
Mm.
Everybody by myself, I don't need someone. We're now virtual. I remember then, like some 10, 15 years back, if your friend is celebrating a birthday, you wait till 12 and type out your message and say happy birthday, you're the best thing that's happened to me. But now you just post on story and just put HBD and you just
HBDO, LLNP. You cannot even type long life and
LLMP,
prosperity. Oh.
HBD, LLMP.
Oh.
So the world is trying to isolate people, right? That's the world we are going into now, virtual reality and the rest of it. But for your mental health, you need people. And also, people are lazy now. They want friends, but they don't want to be friendly. And it's
Friendly.
not going to be work. It's not going to work. Do you know, I have friends and it's costing me so much. I have to start. There are sometimes when these people will do party, I don't want to go. But because I want to invest in the friendship, I will carry my leg. Now I have a wedding tomorrow. I have to show up, whether by hook or by crook.
Yeah.
I have to be there because that's me investing in it. When
Do
it's
unto
time for me to
others what you want
withdraw,
others to do unto
yes,
you.
when it's time for me to withdraw, I will withdraw effortlessly because, guy, I'm giving, I need, and that's how it should be. So don't be in a place where you don't have one person when push comes to shove. It is not a testimony. There's
Yeah,
not
it's
a
actually an
testimony
indicator of
about.
an internal
Yeah,
problem. Yes, it
don't be in
is.
that place
It
where
is.
you don't have one person when the and when I mean one person, not all those people used to drink together and just banter. Like somebody that can look you in the eye and say, you know what, I'm coming to your house right now. Where are you? I'm coming there, or I'm going to be there for you or something. Don't be in that place. So
Yeah,
I just thought to chip it in. Yes, your neighbors, people can help, but invest in your friendship,
yeah.
invest in it. You will need it. You will
You
need
will,
it.
and I would like to say this, and I always say this: you can pray people into your life, and you can pray people out of your life, but
Yeah.
it all begins from being a great person.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me when I went for a radio interview that when you don't know how to talk or you don't know how to speak, when you get into a place, how do
Yeah.
you network? I said the truth of the matter is this: if you are a great person, you will attract your kind. If you are a
Mm,
great person, sometimes it's not even in speaking; it's the energy that you're showing up with,
yeah.
and that energy can match up with someone else that is a great person. They might even come and really want to talk to you and say hi. It's
People
not
feel
even you that
people
has to
feel
talk.
energy. Yeah.
People feed off from
Yeah.
energy. So just be a great person. If you're a great person, you will attract great people. If there are things in your life that are not right, this is a new year. This is the best time to live again. In fact, this time is the time where you can detoxify your relationships, right? You can sanitize them. And one way you will start knowing that you're living again, let me give you this tip. You will lose relationships. Yes, you will.
God.
You will lose old relationships and you will gain new ones. Because as you are growing, some things will just fall off. Some people will just fall
Yeah.
off. Don't try to chase them.
Yeah.
Don't try to keep going back to say, please now, want me, oh, love me, oh, like me, oh. Don't go where you're not appreciated or valued. And it all starts from you valuing yourself. If you don't value yourself, people will not value you. And if you're not living again, you will not value yourself. You'll be doing things for people's validation, not because you want to do that thing. So I just thought to chip it in. And based on community, I want to just add this, that You know, the Live Again outreach we're organizing is a great place for you to come and meet women. It's a safe space where we're just coming to just bond and cry and, you know, let go of the weights. And it's really, really beautiful. If you would like to register for that, it's free. I mean, the link is in my bio. You can just jump on that. It's free. We're having free therapy, free coaching, everything free. But the main thing is that by the time you leave that outreach, you will begin to live again. This is not the kind of year that you should merely exist. Trust me. I don't know. You can relate to this, Precious, right?
Yeah.
That this year is a very, I don't know if you've been feeling it in your spirit. This year is so critical. Speak to that for a second.
So I feel like the conversations that have been going around is this year, whatever you've done prior to this year, you can still excuse it. But this year is a determining factor for the next 10 years of your
Of the
life.
decade, yes.
Because
It's so important. Like, if you've been existing before now, you're like, okay, let me just continue. You can't, though. You can't afford to exist this year.
Yeah, you can't. It's very strategic. If you are in your 30s, that's still in the next decade you'll be 40. If you're in your 40s, next decade you'll be 50. You know what? So this is that year. You cannot just exist. You have to live intention. Like, you have to be intentional about everything, every single thing. This year is that year, to be honest. And it's the foundation of every other year.
It has been such an amazing conversation. I mean, look how long we've been here. It's been light upon light, fire upon fire.
Thank you so much.
Confirmation upon confirmation. People have been typing. I mean, Rema says, smile. I feel this works differently with people. I lost my wife and kids, but trust me, I chose to be alone, and that worked for me perfectly. Okay, you chose to be alone, but you were not. How do I put it? That aloneness was your healing. It wasn't detrimental to you. You chose to be alone because you needed that space to be able to heal. So we're not saying you should not be alone. In fact, maybe you just joined. We spoke about the fact that you have to be comfortable being alone. We said that before now. You have to be okay with being alone. But you also have to know at the time where you need to look for help and ask for help. For example, times when those negative thoughts are loud in your head, they are loud in your head. That time you need someone to help, you know, remove that, except you already know how to speak life to yourself. Because if you know how to practice positive self-talk, the negative thoughts will run away. But if you're the kind of person that at that time you don't have the strength, you don't even know what to say to yourself, and you feel like you're drowning in that pool of thoughts, please, by all means, ask for help. And if you cannot even go and look for somebody, please just pray and ask God to send you people. I saw one video of one guy that was in COVID, and nobody could come close to him, and he said, Lord, I want to eat shawarma, and what did he even say? Shawarma and something. And guess what? One of the cleaners, the paramedics or the medical personnel, bought shawarma and passed it under. And he started crying. He said, God, so you actually hear me?
Yeah.
I said, I want shawarma, and you brought someone to. So it's not even about even having a physical person. It's just knowing that, Lord, I need help. Right? And God knows how to help you. He can send someone. He can tell you to listen to some songs. He can, like you said, you like to watch a movie. He can direct you to something. But just know that you need help and ask for that help. Don't do John Jazz. No, to sound somehow like, that's not what I meant. What I mean is, don't do James Bond, so that it's not like I'm calling Don Jazzy. What I mean is Don Jazzy, like, Don Dada. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Don't do, I'm a resilient person. Resilience is not you denying the pain. Resilience is not you forming Odeshi. It's not you saying, I'm a strong woman, so let me tolerate whatever comes. No. It's you loving yourself enough to say, nope, I don't want this. I want this. I will continue with this, and I will stop this. That's what resilience is. So last words. Last words, because we have 2 other questions, but I'm not going to go there. You know why? I was supposed to ask you whether you would describe yourself as a resilient person, but I don't need to ask you because you are. From everything you said, optimism, positive mindset, you've mentioned purpose, you've mentioned some core pillars. Those are some pillars of resilience. Self-care is a pillar of resilience. Yeah. Supportive relationships is a pillar of resilience. Support system. So I don't even need to ask you. You are definitely a resilient woman, and I celebrate you. I celebrate you because there are times when you have shown up strong, but in those times you felt weak. You felt your weakest, but you kept going. I want to celebrate you for that. I want to encourage you because it's not always easy. Just I pray for more strength for you. And I
Amen.
pray that because you've been anchored, and like you said, dosing did not start now when you mentioned
Yeah.
dosing, when you gain roots
Mm,
downwards. And I
mm,
just want to stay here for a bit.
mm,
I talk about my mother's pineapple because I learned from life's experiences. My mom had a pineapple. She's passionate about farming. So
mm.
she planted pawpaw, ugu, potato, tomato, pepper, different things, my father's compound, and they were all growing. But this particular pineapple did not grow. So me, I was like, I don't understand. This thing has taken up to 5 years now. That's what the thing they say. She said, no, don't worry. Sometimes it can be like that. So I was like, okay. Oh. So one day I came to her house and I saw that the thing had brought out one shoot. I'm like, hey,
After years and
there is
years,
hope. Oh, she just said, what is it? I said, Mommy, there's hope. I just got something on this pineapple that there is hope. That even if it looks like you're not growing on the outside,
you're
you are
growing.
growing
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
inside. Guess what? I was in a house when the thing came up, when the thing shot up. We kept it. It was ripe. We cut it. It was one of the sweetest pineapples I've ever eaten in my life. And I said, I took something from there. Sometimes when it looks like you're not growing outside, you're
Yeah.
actually growing inside.
Mm,
The
mm,
biggest tragedy will be that you're not growing. If you are growing inside, just patient. Be patient. Very soon we will see that
mm,
sweet pineapple. We will
mm.
come and eat with you. We will celebrate with you.
Yeah,
And we will thank God that the harvest has come and it is beautiful for everybody to behold. So I
yeah.
just have to share that for someone,
Mm,
right? You are growing on the
mm,
inside. And very soon people will see it. So if you
mm.
can be able to grow on the inside, even when the storms of life come, because like Precious said, life will always be looking for
Mhm.
ways to knock you down. You would have gained roots downwards and you will not be easily tossed by every wind of doctrine or by every challenge
Yeah,
that comes your way. But
yeah.
instead, you will become stronger and better and you will continue to
Mm.
live again. Thank you,
Thank
Precious.
you.
Please, last words. What are your words for a woman, a man, because I feel like men also need to live again. And people are telling me, why you want continue only women to live again? Many men need to live. I'm like, calm down. Now where they send me go now? If you want to live, if you are looking for like help, you're a boy. Is it boys? Guys that you deal with in boy code? Is it
Yeah.
just boys?
Teenage boys. Well, guys.
Village boys, okay.
23 is guys already. But yeah.
Okay, so if you want to, so basically the principle for living again is
Yeah.
for everybody. It's not like it's for only women and it's gender specific. No. So if you're a man here and you've listened to everything we've been sharing, I'm sure you've gotten value. Please type in the comments something that has struck you since you've been here so that we can know that what we've done has been valuable to you. While Precious is speaking, Precious, last words for a woman, a man who is merely existing and finding it difficult to truly live. I mean, they've made the efforts, they've tried their best. They've even had friends that have burnt them. They've had people that they've trusted, and those people have, robbed it, like just done a lot to them that has put them in a worse situation than they were when they wanted to live again, right? What do you say to such a person who has settled for existing and
Mm.
has heard everything, but is still like, you don't understand the struggle? Man, no, you don't understand my peculiar situation. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know that I was raped. You don't understand that it was my father that raped me, my uncle that raped me, the person I trusted that duped me. I mean, those kinds of situations. Just speak to that kind of person now and let them just
Um.
be encouraged.
So, to be honest, I don't have a gang word. The word I have is a regular word, but I will share it. And the word is heal. Heal. And
Powerful.
healing is not for other people, it's for you. I tell people, I say, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So sometimes when you are holding on to offense, you are holding on to hurt, you are holding on to pain, it's like you are holding on to a broken mirror, right? And you are saying, I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to let it go. You are hurting, it's breaking you, it's cutting you apart, and you are holding on to that broken mirror and saying, you know what? Yes, I was abused, but I'm not going to let go. And you carry it like a clock and you're holding on to the broken mirror, you're going to be hurt, you're going to be battered, you're going to be honest, you won't move forward, right? You will just exist. Yes, you might make progress because obviously the blessings of the Lord are without refraction. You will grow, you will make money, but a day is coming, you will look yourself in the mirror and you will see that you are still that same person of the years. So heal Heal for yourself. Heal for your generation. Heal for, like you said, you are somebody's ancestor. Don't transfer your pain to other people. The only way to do that is to heal, no matter how bad it is. I saw somebody that said he lost his wife and his children. I cannot begin to imagine how traumatic it is for you. I know it's hurt. I've never experienced it before, but you have to heal. Heal for the next family that is coming into your space, heal for yourself. To be honest, we have to heal from a lot of things. Some of us say we have to heal from Nigeria. We have to heal from our past. We have to heal from our friends. We have to even heal from ourselves. Some of us have extended grace to other people, but we are holding ourselves to unforgiveness, So you have to heal. Whatever it is. See, me like this. It was last year I told myself that no matter what, I'm going to live without regrets. It has happened, it has happened. On to the next. To God be the glory. Heal, heal, heal. Our nation needs people that are whole. A lot of people are bleeding. A lot of
Honestly.
pastors are bleeding. A lot of husbands are bleeding. And they are transferring their hurt into other people. A lot of fathers are bleeding. A lot of wives are bleeding. They are just existing. Let me not say anything. Let me just be there. A lot of founders are bleeding. That's why you have toxic bosses. A lot of people are bleeding. But what I will
Yeah.
tell you today is, when you heal, you don't do it for the other person, you do it for yourself. So whatever it is, fight for your healing like your life depends on it. Because in actual fact, your life depends. Thank you.
And you say you don't have genge what? Precious. Hey, God. Oh. Hey, way. Holding on
Thank
to a
you very
broken mirror. I mean, try to imagine it as she
yeah,
said it.
yeah.
Imagine yourself holding on to a broken. Release the mirror, you say no. Release the
Yeah.
mirror, you say no. Hey, way. One pastor said unforgiveness is like pinning somebody to the ground and
Yeah.
expecting to move up. Yeah, that's off in the ground.
You will be
Hey,
there because you have to pin him to the ground.
Precious. Hey, let me give you a new name. Ogene Precious. Hey, hey, way. Let me try to be composed. Hey, way. No. Honestly,
It's not working.
it's not. No. I used to give up because I don't used to work. If that's me.
Oh,
Hey,
thank you,
Precious.
Bolu.
That was a deep, honestly. I beg, thank you, Boluwatifemi. It's so that it's not like I'm the one that is hyping now unnecessarily. Like I'm too extra. I like being dramatic. That was a deep word. Even me, I'm going to quote it on Lamb Tribe. That's our Live Again Movement official page, Lamb Tribe.
Wow.
I will post it there. Because healing is, in short, we have finished this Live Again series. There's nothing to add. There is nothing. Please share this video with somebody. Share this video. You never know who is bleeding. Nobody is just malfunctioning. Something that is pinching them. Hey, somebody says that was wholesome. Oh my God. Please keep your feedback coming. I want her to see it. Precious, you are everything you say you are and more. What is so full? I'm telling you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
You
Coach.
are who you say you are and more.
Thank
I mean, you are Jesus Christ of Nazareth. See, God has
Yeah.
children. Allow God take you through the fire. Stop running out of the fire. He's trying to cook you and you're running away. If he does not cook you, when you come out to places like this, or you do IG lives, or you are invited to speak, and you would just pour rubbish because it's rubbish that is inside.
Yeah.
Oh no, I feel like coming to where you are hugging me. Like you're such a wholesome, like you are. Forget it. The man is coming because the man has to join you to do the purpose of God. He can't stop you because you cannot be stopped. You're unstoppable. You're a partial with no brakes, literally. So the guy has to be the kind of person. Lara was saying something one time, Coach Lara. That one guy was asking her out, and somebody came and asked for a selfie, and the guy was squeezing face. And she knew that guy is not her
That was
husband
not,
because she knew that she would be
of
great.
course, that's what she's
People will
for.
come and say they want her for selfie. So
Yeah.
you now start to take selfie. You're not
Mm.
gonna hide me in the house. But Bolu is laughing. Like a man that feels insecure with your success, for example, is not fit to be a is they call those kind of people so fan a man. It's not a man, it's so fan a man. So the man they come, invite us for wedding
Don't
because
worry.
eh,
You
eh.
you will not, you will know. Don't worry. You will
Come
see
on. Thank you so much,
so
Precious.
much.
This has been so amazing. Like I just feel like we should just sleep
I
here.
totally
It has
thank
been
you as
ah,
well. Thank
it has
you.
I don't know how to explain. There's this peace in my heart that, and I should say this, Precious. You got it right at a young age.
Thank
I have to say this
you.
to you.
Thank you.
Even though you felt okay, I was struggling. When I see people like you that are celebrating, I'll be 38 this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't look it.
I
Wow.
don't look it. People tell me that is a lie. I say I'm 38 this year. My
Wow.
mom is 60 and she looks like she's my younger sister. So
Wow.
I think my grandmother gave us those genes. But what I'm trying to say is I didn't get it right early. I didn't. I didn't. By 30, I didn't know what I was doing in my life. I didn't even know what I was doing. But by 30, you've already built Stella. When you say you've been doing Stella Initiative for years, I'm like, where was I? And this is not even to say, oh, if you are in that position,
Yeah.
you should now say, see my life. It is it's an indicator to you that now the quality of my life now has to make sense. I now need to live and truly
Yeah.
live. Sincerely, it's a challenge. If you're listening and you're still young, please take your youth seriously. If you are old, it is never too late to live again. Please, just if you can take anything from everything we have been shouting and saying since, please live, truly live, and
Yeah.
stop existing.
Yeah.
People are connected to you. Your world is waiting on you. Your children, even if you don't have children, you have people that are directed at you. That if you never ever
Yeah.
truly live, they will never ever ever
Yeah. Yeah.
ever truly live. So this is a call for you to live again. God bless you, Precious. I
You
need to release you. Like, oh my God.
thank you
Oh my
so much,
God.
everyone.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Jesus. Please. If you have not registered for Live Again Outreach, click the link in my bio and register. Oh, hey. It is time for restoration. It's time for revival. It's time for God to resurrect you out of the dead into life. This is the year to truly live and not merely exist. Oh my goodness, Precious, please. In short, after this live, we
We
will talk. We need to see
should.
physically.
We
We
should.
are such
Yeah.
like minds. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm so God. I feel excited. I can't explain how I'm feeling. Honestly speaking, I feel so happy. I'm so joyful. There is hope.
Mm.
There is hope for my generation. There is hope for girls, for women. Live
Yeah.
again. Yes, it's time to live again. Taye Lolu, it's time. I don't know what has happened. I don't know the magnitude of what has happened. But when there is life, there is hope.
Mm.
Christ in you is the hope of glory. You can live again. Jesus Christ died for you
Yeah.
to live again. He
Yeah.
died and he is even living again because he wants to show you that it is possible.
But you have to die first.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't let devil lie to you. Don't
Yeah.
let devil lie to you. It is time for you to live again, and your time is now. Oh wow. I can't even believe that Ronke Posh stayed till this
Thank
time.
you
Oh
so
my goodness.
much.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, ma'am. This means a lot to us. She
Thank
says,
you.
thank you, ladies. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much
much.
for staying and listening and just, for just being the amazing person that you are. God bless you, everyone. We got to go now.
Yes.
We feel like
Yes.
staying here because it's such a
We did
beautiful,
2
peaceful
hours. Oh,
atmosphere. I'm not even
two
kidding. You're the
hours.
longest. You are even the longest since I started this series. The highest is 1 hour. And I think that was, no, it wasn't even up to 1 hour. It was Ronke Posh. It was almost 1 hour. Your own is 2 hours. Oh my goodness. And I don't even feel like leaving.
I know. I
Oh,
don't feel like leaving too, but we have to leave.
we
We'll
gotta
come
go. We
back.
have
We'll
things
have
to
a
do.
comeback. Yeah.
Yeah, we have things to do. People like us, we are creatives. We don't sleep at night sometimes, right?
I
Precious.
that's 5 a.m. this morning.
That's the price you pay to live again.
I
We
know.
are awake. People are sleeping and we are creating.
The
It
bag.
is well, oh.
Who am I to press?
Almost see
We
my own. I
move.
even giving up. I used to use foundation to cover it. It is well.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That is of existing and not having any impact and just being one of
Yeah.
the trees that came to this life.
Yeah.
We don't want to just count the days. We want to make the days count. And this is
Count.
our invitation to you to, come and make the days count. Be a person that chooses to truly live and not merely exist. God bless you. We got to go. We just have to go. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, precious. I love you,
I
sis.
love you too. Bye.
We'll talk later. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining. Bye.